Hi Cancer, welcome to your spiritual tarot reading, and we're going to go ahead and get straight into it. I had the most beautiful and deep meditation for your reading. Usually when I meditate for a reading, I'm kind of in and out, pop into a deep meditation, get the images, pop out. But for you, it's like when I went into the meditation, Cancer, I wanted to live there. And before I knew it, I opened my eyes and it had been like 8 minutes that I sat in the meditation. And I was going into replenishing mode, right? So I wasn't getting a lot of images and songs during that 8 minutes. It was just more of like this peaceful stillness, like this calm energy. And so some of you might benefit from a very deep meditation, maybe 8 to 15 minutes of just listening to like white noise or anything to distract your mind away from the busyness of your usual thoughts. And you will be surprised how energized you feel. Like I felt like when I came out of that meditation that I woke up from like an 8-hour sleep. That's how quickly it replenished me. So really being encouraged, Cancer, to get into replenishment mode, okay? If you don't have a regular meditation routine, this might be a good time to start. If nothing else, you're going to feel better in your body, that's for sure, because a lot of what's going on in your mind is dictating how your body feels. And not everyone makes that correlation, okay? But really that is how it works. We're psychosomatic beings, so everything begins in the mind and then it comes into the physical body as manifestations, right? Hence why, like, when you're feeling good and alive, your body tends to follow. When you're feeling sad and depressed, your body tends to show you things that would be an equal attraction to that, right? You might feel tired or grumpy, you're fatigued, that type of thing. So pay attention to, first of all, how you think about your body. What thoughts are you giving to that? Are those thoughts that are serving you, that feel good to you? Or are those thoughts that are not serving you, that feel bad to you? And you might want to reframe some of that, because how you think about your body is really important. And hard to do in a world that loves to tell us that our bodies are flawed and sick and you need this pill and you need this and you gotta do this and you gotta eat this, hard to feel good about ourselves when we're fed so many ideas about the flaws of our body. But those are all flawed premises, okay? You have an intricate, beautifully designed body that has emotional intelligence in each cell of your body that wants you to feel good, that is here to keep you alive, to keep you in wellness. But if your thoughts aren't in alignment with that, then dis-ease sets in, disease sets in, fatigue, and all of those chronic problems. I don't know why I'm going into this. I am not at all giving medical advice on this channel. It is a tarot reading, but maybe something to look into. There's lots of books written about the power of your mind and how that impacts your body. It's a fascinating topic. Maybe some of you are interested in that, or maybe some of you are like Reiki healers or energy healers. If nothing else, you don't have to be any type of healer to sit in replenishment mode. So again, sitting in a meditation for 8 to 15 minutes, that a deep meditation where you're shutting off the narrative in your head the best that you can, or at least quieting it, it will give you enough space to replenish self in a most magnificent way. So anyways, there must be a reason why I felt led to talk about that. So the only song that I got while I sat in that 8-minute meditation was She Talks to Angels. I don't know if you're familiar with that song. It's a good song. He says, she talks to angels. calls them out by their name. So I'm not sure, I can't remember off the top of my head the artist of that song, but maybe check out that song. Some of you might be, I'm getting the word clairsentient, okay? But some of you might literally have angels and guides around you. Of course, we all do. We all have non-physical energy around us all of the time. But if you're not tapped in, if you're not open to receiving messages, then you can't receive because you have free will. So it could be that also that song is coming through because maybe you're receiving guidance and you're not really hearing it, and then wanting you to be open and receptive to that, all right? And as I say that, your first card out is the 12th house, which is Pisces energy for some of you, but this is the house of the subconscious mind, your dream state, spirituality, karma, all of that. This is also the card of surrender, okay? So if you've been struggling with something on a mental or emotional level, this is encouraging some sort of surrender around that. And again, you would be surprised how just 15 minutes in a deep meditation will have you letting go of so much. I cannot express that enough. And I can't help but to notice, whoops, not that one, not that one, that one. I can't help but to notice that this card also talks about Akashic records, which has come up in the Aries reading twice now. So some of you might also have Aries in your chart connecting with that. But it's a general, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. We're going to go ahead and go into the headspace now, Cancer, and what do you need to know about that. Then we're going to go into the emotional space and what's going on there, and then the spiritual big picture. And I've got some guidance cards out, but I'm not going to read those to the end to see how it fits with the reading. So, thought space for my Cancers. Okay, all of yours came out at once. 5 of Swords, 5 of Wands, 7 of Cups, King of Swords, and the Ace of Wands. So 5, 5, 5, all right? 5s might be important. You might be seeing that on the clock. Look up the spiritual meaning of 5s. To me, 5s represent change. So there might be change coming through in a few different areas of your life, okay? It can also signify internal conflict or conflict outside of you. So, okay, I heard avoiding conflict, okay? Conflict avoidant. Some of you may feel like if there's conflict, I don't want any part of it right now. Or maybe you're being encouraged to go there because some of you might have some strife going on in your mental state that is keeping you from feeling replenished, okay? As the 5 of Swords often talks about opposing opinions or contradictory thoughts, okay? And the 5 of Wands does talk about like competing desires. So you might have that going on an internal level, and this might be causing a little bit of like fogginess or confusion around the way that you're thinking about something here. And it's like the more that you focus on trying to figure this out, whatever this is, the more confusing it gets. And so actually the encouragement right now, Cancer, is to kind of take your focus away from that and instead kind of let it go. I'm getting a song through. Come on, let it go. Just let it be. I've gotten that song before and I never remember his name. James Bay sings that, I think. It's like once you let it go and focus on, you know, instead the things that create passion and desire, creativity, maybe your creative pursuits, maybe you like to draw or sing or paint or, you know, anything that kind of gets you out of that headspace. That's when the solution comes in. And this really reminds me of the Leo reading. And so if you have Leo in your chart, I would watch that one as well. Very similar energy here. But it's like, sorry, I'm getting another song. Like a moth to a flame burned by the fire. Hey, take it or leave it. Yeah, there's a lot of resistance going on in the thought space, you know, and it may feel very frustrating to you. You might have periods of time where you're like frustrated and you don't even know why you're feeling frustrated, or like moody and you don't even know why you're feeling moody. Some of y'all are blaming it on your hormones, the moon, your neighbor. I don't know. Maybe not your neighbor, but it's like, what is this? Why am I feeling this way? And it's like, you kind of know, but you don't know. But it's because whatever you have going on that feels like frustration has to deal with conflicting thoughts, giving too much attention to conflicting thoughts that are not in alignment with your wellness, your goodness, who you really are. You know what I'm saying? Some of you could be letting the opinions of others, letting the outside opinions interfere with the way that you're thinking about something, okay? And then, I'm sorry, I kind of pushed it out and it came back. Unsolicited advice. There's something about unsolicited advice. Be careful about giving unsolicited advice right now, or you might be getting unsolicited advice, you know, and that kind of infuriating you or frustrating you, okay, to some level. Some of you could be connecting with an Aquarius, or have that in your chart. All right, so let's go into an emotional level and see what you have going on there. The Magician. Two of Swords, 10 of Cups, 3 of Cups. And you had one fly over here. So, Cancer, with the Magician and the 3 of Cups, so on an emotional level, some of you might be manifesting or trying to manifest a connection or a reconciliation here within a partnership or within a family structure. Could also be related to work, but I'm getting more, this is like intimate connections or familial connections for a lot of you, but there's something that is emotionally like being brought to the surface or being manifested, or that you want to manifest when it comes to relationships. And the only thing that's really blocking you here is like this fear of the unknown for some of you. And again, this is reminding me of the Aquarian reading. If you're dealing with that, check that reading out. But it doesn't have to be. It's just like, on one hand here, there is like this feeling of connectedness, this feeling of belonging, of this feeling of home, right? And wanting to kind of sit in that energy. To me, this is also replenishment mode, you know, kind of understanding that it's all connected here. But then on the other hand, there's a bit of like indecisiveness or a little bit of back and forth, and that kind of leaving you feeling a bit depleted at times here, Cancer. So I keep getting stopped in the middle of like my train of thought. So I don't know if you're feeling like you have a lot of intrusions going on, or like intrusive thoughts, or maybe you're dealing with a person that constantly, oh, that's so annoying, right? Talks over you, or like stops you mid-thought and then you can't finish your thought, okay? Or you might be doing that to someone else, but, you know, be a little self-aware if you are. And that could feel frustrating to you. But take it as it resonates. There's something here about an intrusion or intrusive thoughts. Let's go into the bigger spiritual picture. I'm going to come back to this because there's a message here that is it keeps starting to come through, and then I can't pick up the rest of it, but I'm going to come back to it. So let's get some more cards out and see. The Fool. Judgment. Princess of Discs. The King of Cups and the Queen of Swords. So, Cancer, from a higher perspective here, again, I keep seeing you being pulled in two different directions, but it's all in the way that you look at this, right? There is an ample opportunity showing up that you can really build off of, all right? And like the things that you need to make something happen are like coming together during this time frame, okay? You could be dealing with a King of Cups or Queen of Swords person, and if so, there is like an opportunity to connect here, or to maybe surrender some judgment that you have around that connection, or around that person, you know. Uh-oh, hold on a second. Hold on. Sorry about that. That was so bizarre. My phone was fully charged before I started this video, and all of a sudden my screen went black. And talk about intrusions, right? That's what I was literally just talking about. And yeah, it was on 3%. So I don't know what the deal is, but I had to go plug it in and charge it just to be able to come back to the reading. So I didn't want to lose the energy of the reading or the flow of the messages. So what I decided to do is, while I waited for it to fast charge, I went back into that meditation because it felt so good, and I did get more messages. The primary message was that there's no such thing as coincidences. So some of you need to take a break from your phone. You need to take a break from readings. You need to take a break from whatever you're overstimulating your mind from. You just need a break. Okay? But the other message that came behind that was that this is win-win. So whatever you have going on, it doesn't really matter what way you go about this or what choice you make, Cancer. Either way, there is a win on either side. Some of you might be going back and forth on like how to go about something, or if you should apply somewhere or do something, or maybe between like making a decision in a partnership. Just take it as it resonates. But it's like there's no wrong way to go about this. Like, you're supported either way. Some of you actually have angelic assistance here. And I got a masculine and a feminine energy showing up that might be, non-physical energy, right? And I, like, as soon as I said that, I'm like, well, non-physical is both masculine and feminine, but you know what I mean. Some of you might have literal non-physical energy around you, because that song came back through in the reading. She talks to angels. Okay, so yes. Take a break when you need a break. Okay, don't push yourself to the point that you're feeling depleted. If you're feeling frustrated, that is your sign that you need to kind of disconnect, all right? And you would be surprised that if you just disconnect, it's not like asking you to disconnect for the rest of your life. It's just saying, like, take a breather. But you'd be surprised how much energy you feel after you kind of give yourself a small break, right? because the creative juices are wanting to flow here. There is a supportive relationship also showing up available to you, or possible connection, reconciliation energy as well. And like good things coming in no matter what way you look at it, right? But yes, needing to replenish yourself, to go into that replenishing mode. And some of you, yeah, you might also be having problems with, like, you might notice when you're annoyed, like things go wrong in the environment, like glitches on your computer or your phone dying randomly in the middle of a reading, like stuff like that. I feel like Spirit always has like funny ways of being like, yeah, disconnect, dummy, or like take a break, right? Need to let that go, right? So let's see what the guidance is, Cancer. I got some cards out earlier and we'll read them now. This says support. It says people come into your life for many different reasons. Some of you learn from and then they move on, while others return often because you need to learn more from those individuals. Others remain beside you throughout your entire life. So this is a reminder that all the relationships that you attract to you, whether they feel good or feel bad, are for your overall spiritual growth and are here to support you in some way, all right? So to honor relationships, but also a reminder not to hold on to the relationships that are no longer a match to you. Some of you have outgrown a specific relationship, or maybe a place of business, or a way of thinking. There's something here that you've outgrown, Cancer, and now it's time to kind of release that, all right, so that you can continue your growth. This says, by my attention to things, I am making choices. What people do not understand is that you do not choose something by looking at it and shouting, yes, I want that. You make your choices by your attention to things. In this universe that is based on attraction, when you look at unwanted things, your attention to it causes an activation of the vibration within you, and then the law of attraction brings more like it into your experience. So this is also a reminder that there's no in a law of attraction based universe. Meaning, like, if you look at something and you don't like it and you shout no at it, you're still giving it focus, and therefore it's still part of your experience. Instead, what I find works for me is when I'm looking at something and I don't like it, to quickly pivot my thoughts onto, okay, well, now that I know what I don't like, I know what I like. And so let me think about the other side of that. Let me think about the positive that's going to come from that. And that has helped, first of all, for me to feel better on a continual basis, to not be so easily shaken, by people, places, things, right? But it's also helped for me to manifest easier. So that might be a trick for you as well. Okay. Yes. And that goes, so they're bringing me back to the physical, the way that you think about physical life or your physical body. The other thing is like when you're getting frustrated, right? And maybe you have something going on in your physical body and you are giving all of your attention to the issue, the problem, the pain, you're creating more of that, okay? And so pivoting the focus to the wellness that is around you, the fact that your body has the ability to recover, that wellness is your dominant nature, okay? And to focus on the parts of you that feel good. And if you can't do that, then focus on the parts of your life that feel good, but distract yourself long enough so that you can replenish yourself. All right, so I'm going to leave it there. I hope this made sense to you. This was probably one of the kookiest readings I've ever had. But I hope you dig it. So zodiac signs that you might be dealing with or have in your own chart: Pisces energy here, Aries, Scorpio, Libra, Capricorn, Those are the primary signs I'm seeing that could be in your chart, person's chart you're dealing with. Oops. But take what resonates, leave what doesn't. It could be also the influencing energy around the situation. So if it resonated, please do let me know in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to give me a like, share, and subscribe if you haven't yet. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram for more fun stuff, as I do go live there as well. Tarot Time with Dana, all of it linked in the description box, as well as in the About section of my YouTube. And just know I'm wishing you all of the very best. And until next time, my friends, namaste. Bye.